Oh, here we bloody go. We can finally sing it. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. We are on to season 3, Johto Journeys, baby. No more of that rubbish Orange Island garbage. Now we get Johto branded garbage. What the fuck? Now, admittedly, I am starting off today's episode with a bit of a change from our usual WTF moments. But I just want to take a moment to really appreciate this. This is something we never thought we'd see again. Ash, Misty and Brock all on the road together again as a trio. This is the iconic Pokemon trio and we've got them back in full force. So we should just stop a moment and just really take this all in. You feel that? That's happiness. So Misty's annoyed because Ash doesn't know the way to Johto and has them all walking around in circles. Misty, last episode Ash didn't even know Johto existed. If you've then trusted him to lead the way, this is kind of yours and Brock's fault. Use your noodles. Direct quote from Ash after Misty says she just needs to think.
Well, this is going to be a brand new experience for you.
Yikes, forget finding a route to Johto. Misty needs directions to the nearest burn unit. Pikachu and Togepi run off and lead Ash to a clearing where we see a glowing Pokemon. And already this is 1,000 times more interesting than anything Tracy ever did. Now look, I know Pokemon have been using this background for their title cards since like episode 2, which was what, 100 plus episodes ago? But how in the world did we never notice Missing No just chilling in the back there? So in the first episode of this brand new series, we get a Suicune sighting right off the bat. Man, this really is Pokemon begging us for forgiveness after the Orange Island arc, isn't it? Please guys, give this new series a chance. We're really sorry about the last one. Pokemon, chill. Your desperation's showing. Don't blow your load too early. Mate, roaming legendaries. Aren't they just piss irritating? Somehow, everyone who steps on the edge of this little hill slips arse over tits and falls down it. So there's got to be something really slippy on the edge of that hill. I guess Suicune had an accident on the hill and ran off in embarrassment. Wow, so all this time, the roaming legendaries just had IBS. Who knew? And how relatable. Oh look, Jigglypuff's here. Nice to see the episode before last wasn't Pokemon's way of writing it out of the anime. And I, for one, am actually pretty excited for more Jigglypuff antics this season. I guess I just wasn't quite ready for the character to stop existing just yet, so this is nice. Now, if you'd like this channel to keep existing, hit the like button, share this video on social media, and of course, leave a lovely comment down below. And if you can't think of a lovely comment, leave something generic, like...
Did I do it right?
Or just comment the name of the secret Pokemon I've hidden somewhere in the video. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications so you never miss an episode of Pokemon WTF Moments or anything on my channel. Of course, thank you very much for getting us to 1.75 million subscribers, and I know it doesn't look like that right now, but if you subscribe today, maybe YouTube will add that extra 0. And don't forget to check out my live streams over on Twitch or you'll miss out on stuff like this.
Hello, lads. Hello, lads.
I will take a decent
Oh, there it is! It's black!
Yes!
Let's fucking go! Mate, I'm so happy. I need to get its attention.
Safe.
Oh yeah, good shout.
Well,
Too late now.
too late now.
Oh my god, get in that ball.
First one!
Yay! That was fucking quick. I need to, for Spiritomb, oh yeah, I need to use Hex. Oh god, another one! Get it! Another one! Another one!
Professor Elm is too engrossed in his work to notice Team Rocket literally running into his lab. Elm, mate, you're an idiot. Like, I get that you're a Pokemon professor and your research is really important, but you've literally let criminals in. I'm just saying, it might be high time for this guy to reevaluate his priorities, especially if he's valuing generic lab work over the safety and security of everything in his lab. Oh my god. It's my boy! Well, not quite, but it is the best Johto starter. Way to start the season off strong, Pokemon.
Well, actually, Liam, I don't think this qualifies as a WTF moment since Totodile is a Johto Pokemon and this series is based in Johto, so it's not like seeing a Totodile is a shock.
Listen, this is the first Johto Pokemon we've seen, ignoring Ho-Oh in the first episode, and Togepi, and Marill, and Snubbull and Donphan in the first movie. Alright, whatever, but this is still an iconic moment. And I guarantee for kids watching at the time, this would have been one of those moments where they look at the screen and go, mate, what the toss is that? Plus, this is my series. I make the rules here, so I'll make a WTF moment out of anything I damn well please. Professor Elm lets Team Rocket steal Totodile without even batting an eyelid. Professor Elm is a numpty. Pass it on. Ash reveals he doesn't have any cash on him. Now, that's fine, because as Brock says, there's no entry fee to register for the Johto League, but still, why wouldn't you bring any cash with you? Were you literally expecting your mates to buy everything you need for you on this journey? Were you actually planning to sponge off Brock and Misty the whole time? That's not very protagonisty. Apparently, the New Barktown Nurse Joy has a pre-recorded video set up just to announce she'll be away from the Pokemon Center at Elm's lab until 2 o'clock. Wouldn't it have been easier and probably quicker to just leave a note with Chansey? Like, this all seems very high-tech and fancy, but when you're the only person working in a Pokemon hospital, can you really afford to be wasting time dicking about recording videos? Let's all take a moment to appreciate that Brock seems to be well and truly on the road to getting over Professor Ivy, and is throwing himself right back into the dating scene. Only downside is he's back to his usual brand of overbearing nice guy cringe tactics. One problem at a time, I guess. Direct quote from Officer Jenny after Ash, Misty and Brock run inside the Elm laboratory.
You can't go in there!
And let me just say, Jenny, what a fine job you did of stopping them right there. 11 out of 10. Would police again. When Nurse Joy asks Professor Elm what he's going to say to a new trainer who's supposed to be coming tomorrow to pick up a Totodile that's now missing, Professor Elm says that he's so sorry, but he was observing a very unusual cell division. Wow, you can just hear panties dropping across the world, can't you? Watch out, ladies. Professor Elm's here and he's ready to completely ignore you. Direct quote from Officer Jenny.
You kids can't come barging in here in the middle of an official police investigation.
I hate to break it to you, Jenny, but they have done. As Joy and Jenny explain about the stolen Totodile, we clearly see Professor Elm stood with his hands at his sides, but in the very next shot, he's somehow magically holding a Cyndaquil. Now, I'm just gonna hope that Professor Elm is actually some kind of part-time magician. Otherwise, I really don't want to know how he was holding that Cyndaquil with no hands. Direct quote from Professor Elm after Ash and friends are shocked by Cyndaquil's flames.
Don't be alarmed, this is normal behavior.
Oh yeah? Tell that to those Gen 6 and 7 3D models, am I right? Ash and Misty completely ignore Professor Elm explaining how he knows Professor Oak to go and play with Cyndaquil. Mate, that's just rude. Like, he's the top student of a renowned Pokemon professor and you're just gonna blank him? Ash and Misty have zero manners. Pass it on. Oh, never mind. Elm's gone off on a tangent about how his research is infinitely more interesting than Professor Oak's. So he suddenly went from being Oak's proud student to just dunking on him. That's really not cool, man. You need to respect the people who helped you get to where you are. Like, imagine if I started talking crap about all you dickheads. Nurse Joy says she wishes Elm was a little more like Oak and would do some research in the area of human relationships too. Now, I get that she means he needs to be less socially awkward, and at least needs to learn how to act around other people. But did anyone else hear it as Nurse Joy wishing Professor Elm fancied her? I'll tell you what I fancy right now. A nice big shaker of GFuel! That's right, it's bloody GFuel, the energy formula with barely any calories and zero sugar and a whole heap of wonderful flavors, including the Naruto-inspired Sage mode that I'm drinking today. The flavor is pomelo and white peach, so orange and peach basically, and it's very, very refreshing and very, very tasty. And mate, if you're a Naruto fan, why not get some GFuel Naruto crossover cool anime stuff? Anime! It's pomelo and white peach. That's all I care about because it tastes bloody amazing. Oh, that is bloody amazing. Go and get yourself some Sage Mode GFuel. Use code ACE when you do and you'll save 10% on your order while supporting this channel. Thank you very much. Remember though, GFuel is for over 18s only because children don't need caffeine. They're annoying enough as it is, and because it contains caffeine, drink it responsibly. Don't be a dickhead. Although if you're thinking of picking up GFuel but you don't want any of the caffeine, try the hydration range, which is caffeine free. They're adding new flavors to it all the time. And they've just this past week introduced Shiny Splash Hydration. Shiny Splash, of course, is one of the best GFuel flavors. It's blueberry lemonade. It's inspired by our good friend A-Drive. And now it's available in a caffeine-free hydration flavor, and it's amazing. Go and try it. It's awesome. Use code ACE for 10% off. An investigator runs over to tell Officer Jenny they've made a plaster cast of some suspicious footprints they found outside the laboratory. But mate, that's not how casting footprints works. Footprints are indentations in the ground caused by someone or something's feet. Pouring plaster over the area to cast the prints wouldn't then leave you with a big chunk of plaster with footprints indented in it. The footprint's shape would be protruding out because the plaster would have gone into the holes in the ground where the footprints were. Come on, Pokemon, use your noodle doodles. Totodile clamping onto anything that sticks out, such as Meowth's tail or Jessie's hair, exists simply to remind everyone that Totodile is adorable and should be treated with respect. However, James, whatever you do, mate, do not stop off for a crafty piss with that thing around. That'd be lethal. Ooh, look at Pokemon with their fancy new Who's That Pokemon screen. In all fairness though, this does look so much cleaner than the old one. Mate, give credit where credit is due. Ash, Misty, Brock, and Officer Jenny are all running in complete unison. Like every step each of them takes is in complete sync. That's just impressive. Meanwhile, Jessie channels her inner Scandinavian death metal fan by circle headbanging in an attempt to free her hair from Totodile's grip. Man, who knew Jessie was a fan of...
Well, actually, Liam, are you sure you want to actually name a band here? You might upset the comment section if you name one they don't like.
You're right, that's way too risky. Yeah, tell you what, why don't you let me know in the comments which death metal band you think Jessie would make a good front person for. Extra points go to people replying with nice things about the bands people suggest, and not being an elitist or a dick about subjective music taste. After sneaking past Jessie and Meowth, who are arguing about who should get to call the boss to tell them they stole Totodile, James picks up the phone and at some point removes his gloves for no reason. Mate, do you have any idea how many really dirty people have probably touched that handset? Probably should have kept your gloves on, lad. And after all that, he doesn't even know the boss's area code. Mate, shouldn't you have thought about that before you put money in the payphone? Like, you can't afford to be wasting time. Oh God. I've just realised there will be people watching this video who are young enough to have never used a payphone. And that just makes me feel terrifically old. Now, credit where credit is due, all of Team Rocket's responses to Ash asking if their conscience bothers them about stealing Totodile gave me a genuine chuckle. We had James saying, "My conscience does bother me a bit." We had Meowth saying,
Well, not me. I'm unconscious.
and with Jessie we got,
Well, I suppose my conscience would bother me if Team Rocket didn't go by a somewhat different ethical standard.
just bravo all round. Well done, Pokemon. Well done. When James's wheezing uses smokescreen, only one of the heads releases any gas. Come on, mate, put some effort into it. When Bulbasaur finally yanks Totodile off of Jessie's hair, we see that Bulbasaur's vine is wound tightly around Totodile's throat. Oh, is somebody worried they might be getting replaced soon? I mean, I know Ash already has a water type, but if he wanted to swap out his Bulbasaur for a Totodile, I for one would be completely on board. Mate, I'm not gonna lie, this whole scene is brilliant. Like, Team Rocket are already throwing everything they have at Ash and friends, and Ash has already used Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charizard. There's just so much actual action happening here. This is a great way to start the new season. So naturally, I'm terrified that it's all going to be downhill from here. Ash tells all his Pokemon to let Team Rocket have it, and when Bulbasaur uses Razor Leaf, for some reason we hear the Vine Whip sound. Mate, Ash's Bulbasaur is so crap it can't even make its moves sound right. Do you know what? I've always wondered with these combo moves. Wouldn't the Flamethrower part just burn up all the Razor Leaf leaves? And wouldn't the Water Gun just put out the Flamethrower? So wouldn't the end result just be an electrified Water Gun? Answers on a postcard. The huge combo attack sends all of Team Rocket's Pokemon blasting off. Without Team Rocket. Mate, I bet they're going to be a bitch to find. Charizard's wings randomly lose their blue coloration. And man, it looks wrong. Now Charizard just looks like one of those cheap plastic toys that hasn't been painted properly. Ash Ketchum owns a bootleg Charizard. Pass it on. Oh yeah, and I know I haven't mentioned it up to this point, but no. I don't know why they chose to give Totodile Donald Duck's voice. Like, it was certainly a creative choice. I guess it must be because they're both pricks? Officer Jenny makes a good point. Totodile blasting off Team Rocket means Team Rocket get away without being arrested. Totodile literally blasted the criminals away from justice. That's not very protagonisty. Professor Oak complains that someone always calls during his soap operas. Right, soap operas. That's what we're calling baths with Ash's mum, are we, Oak? You dirty bastard. Professor Elm then tries to have a scientific dick measuring contest with Professor Oak. I'm surprised Elm's even showing his face after he let a literal crime happen inside his laboratory. If ever there was an image that perfectly described Ash Ketchum as a Pokemon trainer, just okay. Joy tells Ash he'll need to earn 8 badges to qualify for the Johto Championship. Oh, thank God for that. A proper Pokemon League with a sensible amount of badges. No stupid 4-badge qualification and single match league this time. Man, the Orange League sucked, didn't it? Misty says that Violet City sounds like a really colourful place. This coming from someone from Kanto, where most of the major towns and cities are also also named after colours. Honestly, I share Jigglypuff's sentiments here. I am genuinely hyped to finally be into the Johto seasons. Mostly because I know that as great as they are, they're absolutely chock full of ridiculous crap that we can make fun of. So those are my WTF moments for Pokemon Season 3, Episode 1, Don't Touch That Dile. Let me know your favourites and any that I might have missed down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Head to twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam for all of my live streams and use code ACE for money off GFuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.